every now and again there's a Twitter account or a Facebook page that's just so awesome, I feel the need to cover it. And today we're going to be taking a look at probably the best Twitter account I've ever seen and one of the greatest trolls of all time. I'm speaking, of course, about the Taliban Public Relations Department commentary account on Twitter. Now, I think the most interesting part of this is how much debate there is over whether or not this is real, semi real, or just a complete troll, whether it's Lord Miles' alt account. And it's a fairly even amount of stuff that could go either way. The first thing is the number of followers. It's unusual for a troll account or like a parody account to have that many followers. The fact that this account is 77,000 people seems to give it a certain degree of legitimacy, as like most politicians with verified accounts don't have that. Sure, this isn't a verified account, but that doesn't really mean anything. Also, there's a general lack of like trolling in terms of the profile. Looks like a pretty standard profile. We have picture of some Afghan children. We have a Islamic Emirate flag. There's not like a troll name. It's just Taliban Public Relations Department. The link goes to the official Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan's website. So, I mean, it does look like someone with some degree of professionalism made this. There's not any, like, memes or anything else that would necessarily give it away. Also, while it is written in kind of a weird, sort of trollish, satirical way, it's close enough to what you think that maybe, like, some edgy Taliban intern who spent the entire time he was hiding in a mountain on pole it is poorly translating things into English using Google Translate, it does sound like something that they would write. And a lot of it does sound like I said, they poorly machine translated statements and then just use find and replace to put in like PR language. And I think the funniest thing about it is it actually is kind of working. It actually kind of makes me like the Taliban. And if this isn't the Taliban's PR department, they should just start paying. Get a couple, like, $1 million of the drug money or whatever you're getting from Pakistan and just pay this dude to be your PR guy because he's doing a really, really good job. So let's take a look at it because this is just fucking amazing. And as we can see, there are websites that report this as if it is real. Like here we have, we'll get into this in a second, but Taliban, so the account offered Andrew Tate asylum in Afghanistan, and news organizations reported this as if it was real. Like, as if this was like a real account that was legitimately offering him citizenship. And there's like multiple articles about this on like multiple websites. I mean, look at it. And this is like a fact check thing. Had the Taliban really invited Andrew Tate to Afghanistan? And I think they determined that, yeah, they did, even though it's just like the Taliban public relations account. It's just fucking amazing. So let's take a look at some of this. So our glorious nation, the land of the free, home of the brave, and the birthplace of toxic masculinity, delicious food, affordable hotels, free Humvees, and unlimited ammunition for our shooting ranges, courtesy of the U.S. Army. Plan a holiday and come over. And like once again, this looks like a fairly professional video. It does actually make Afghanistan look pretty nice. And I mean, they're using buzzwords, they're using memes like toxic masculinity. But once again, I could see some like Taliban intern who's putting that in there to try to be funny. And the thing is, like, it sounds like a troll, but it's close enough to something that could be real. So let's scroll down. Let's see here. Okay. I'm just going down. This is a capture, day vision goggles. They offered asylum to Donald Trump. Salam alaikum, MAGA brothers. Never give up the orange gangster. Protest on the streets, smash some windows, and storm the Capitol Hill once more. Bring down the American imperialist empire. And then migrate to Afghanistan and retire quietly with a full pension on us. So we have, like, chic Donald Trump. They're offering him asylum. They threatened to deploy the rapid response team to save Andrew Tate. We are pleased that the Romanian regime took our threats seriously, but now is not the time to rejoice. Our beloved brother Andrew Tate is only free while he is within our magnificent nation's masculine borders, permanently beyond the Matrix's grasp. Let's see here. So there's some stuff about Julian Assange. They did a whole bunch of like stand with Christian stuff after the mass shooting, which honestly kind of made me like them more. Let's go down here. The Fast Action Response Team stands ready to jailbreak the orange gangster from prison and put him back in power. This would be conditional on him apologizing for the illegal invasion and removing all sanctions. The orange gangster, the Taliban will make America great again. Like once again, it's a troll, but I could see some like guy who doesn't speak English very well, who's been on poll too much, posting stuff like this. And then they will also like post these things that seem like it's something that a legitimate person could have done. Like this looks like something a government would actually issue. Like last year, main export markets were Turkey, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and a few other nations. Off the record, we also exported 129 tons of hashish to Europe for medicinal purposes. Like once again, that could be real. It sounds like a troll, but it could be something somebody said to uh, yeah. Do you want a radio station made by men, for men, free of decadent Western gangster ideologies, feminist bandits, and Zionist propaganda? Then Afghan National Radio is for you. Our strong signal is available across our glorious emirate for our numerous tall, stiff towers. I mean, that's obviously a troll, but like, I could see like the Taliban or some like I said, edgy Muslim teenager talking about like having non-degenerate manly radio. Like that doesn't seem out of the ordinary. A company from Nagar province won the best preserves in charcuterie prize despite being run by women. See that once again, that looks like an actual government post. That looks like something that someone would actually write. Let's see here. Uh, let's see here. Today in Takhar province, members of the Bongi Horticultural Society compete in the local plowing championships. The man that plows for the longest with the straightest furrow will be the winner of a masculine new machine. Like once again, I feel like that could actually be something that they would do. That sounds like something that they would try to do. Uh, Biden. Okay, let's see here. We'll be reigning supreme. Brother Tate is being detained without charge by the globalist gangsters. Like, this could be done by an alt right guy who's like trying to be funny. It could also be the Taliban trying to set people. Let's see here. They post a lot of stuff. Okay, let's see. The like the new Taliban Tesla vehicle in Afghanistan. Because I could see there being like a propaganda program where they try to build like their shitty electric auto rickshaws. Um, let's see here. They have the Khalid bin Walid Army Corps, which is a badass name. If you don't know, Khalid bin Walid was he's probably in the top five greatest generals in history. He's the one who definitively both the Sassanids and Byzantines, and more or less guaranteed that the Muslim Empire would the Rashidun Caliphate would expand. Let's see here. Make the Taliban great again. Social media has become a method of control, more subtle than a stick, but potently just as painful. Not all drugs come in pill form. Okay, let's see here. Our real Jewish brethren. Let's see here. Okay, so this is. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple days ago, this guy David Pacman from Argentina did a post basically making fun of Christians for the trans person shooting up a Christian school and saying that like it's just making fun. We'll look at it in a second. I'd rather read the exact quote, but or let me see. I think I have it on my Twitter feed. Let me just give me a sec. Okay, so this was the original quote. Very surprising that there would be a mass shooting at a Christian school, given that a lack of prayer is often blamed for these horrible events. Is it possible they weren't praying enough or correctly despite being a Christian school? So, Taliban Public Relations Department is on the case to build bridges. As Muslims, we share the pain of our traditional Christian brothers and sisters. We don't know what kind of Jew you are if you don't feel sorrow for the killing of Christian kids. You are just not showing any sympathy, but you are simply laughing. May God punish the Zionists. He offends Muslims and our Christian brethren and doesn't care even if little kids are shot dead in a school or church. But this gangster gets straight off the mark to defend his own faith and racist state of Israel. Pat Robertson says Islam is an evil system like Nazism. It's not just Christianity. He's comparing our magnificent religion to Nazism. This Jewish gangster is smoking too much Afghan hashish. So some more anti-Christian hatred. He never criticizes Judaism or Judaist people. All his hatred is directed towards Christian and their Christian values. Like once again, he should really uh they should hire this dude. Our magnificent department did some digging, and this is not the first time this far right Jewish extremist, disguised as a liberal agitator, has made disgusting remarks about our Christian brothers. He laughed at Christian Tragan. Let's see here. Anti narcotics police in Sarpol province destroyed 1.5 tons of opium, much like Western politicians and gangsters do in a single day. So once again, this looks like something that like the Afghan government would actually post as like a W. Um, Please note this person is not a character in an 8-bit computer game. His face was obscured to protect his privacy. Let's see here. We pray that they find comfort in their Christian faith. At this difficult time, shooting little kids is never acceptable. Like, once again, I think this would actually be good PR. Let's see here. Uh, he claims personal use for the 3 tons of hashish, but we are not buying it. Let's see here. Okay, I wonder because this is referencing the Taliban saying something. I looked at it, I can't find it. This might be referencing this page, and then they're referencing that thing referencing this page. Then we have some stuff about the vaccine. Let's see here. Dan Crenshaw is an all-American hero. He loved our nation so much that he gave up an eye for it and now serves as a congressman. Well, his medals may appear manly, but the guy can't criticize Israel. Only in our masculine nation do we have true freedom of expression. Let's see here. In Afghanistan, Buzkashi is our national sport. It is a sport for men who are rugged, straight, and masculine. We believe that American sports are overly feminine. In the MLB and FNL, for example, they don women's legs and run around like confused homosexual gangsters. Once again, like I said, I could see a like an like a Taliban intern writing that. The idea of a Taliban intern is just really funny. Like him getting them like cups of like mint tea and hookahs, preparing the hookahs and stuff like this. Maybe spreading out the prayer mats. The Ministry of Traditional Women's Affairs strongly condemns the recent violence against women in New Zealand. We are shocked to see the authorities stand idly by as these brave women are attacked by a mob of men and LGBTQ bandits. Once again, like this is good PR. This is like trying to appear to be taking the high ground in the reasonable position in the face of just kind of insanity. Uh, Real Lord Miles is okay. Let's see here. You call it God. We call it Allah. Jesus, peace be upon him, also referred to God as Allah. We believe in the same God. End of discussion. Now get in line and let the international gangsters and establish Muslim and Christian values. Let's see here. We're going to make the Taliban great again. We have, once again, I think that is actually something. Yeah, that's an official government. Afghanistan. Um, Thing. Once again, this looks like some like poorly made government thing. Let's just keep going down. Video showing the discovery of new vehicles in a previous unknown location. Let's see here. The Cowboys. The Public Relations Department is goal is not to destabilize Joe Biden's regime. We are only on this platform to promote our magnificent nation and its tough, stiff, and masculine citizens. We got some more stuff that looks like it could be something from an actual government propaganda video. Let's see here. Fast Action Response Team. Brave Warriors. Yeah, I think those are the guys who are... They said we're going to go and deal with that. Let's see here. Let's keep going down. A few years ago, the fascist leader of the fascist state of Israel made his first journey to India. Since then, tensions between Muslims and Hindu populations have grown. Wherever these fascists go, enmity between peoples follows. They benefit from war and people's suffering. Let's see here. We have some stuff about Ramadan. We have, which was true, the Taliban did ban opium. I think one of the things that so the debate in Islam is whether it's okay to grow opium to sell to non-Muslims or not, because it's not permitted for Muslims to consume it, but if you're growing it and selling it to non-Muslims, that might be permitted. So we have all anti-Muslim posts originated in India, UK, US, and UK were buying into the whole global Islamic victim narrative. We have some pictures of Hillary. I'm just trying to go see. Masculine engineers Corps have already repaired over 300 military vehicles. Let's see here. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. This one's fucking amazing. In Herat Province, a new traditional women's learning facility was inaugurated. The building provides a number of services ranging from cooking classes to home remedy lessons and homeschooling advice. Our magnificent nation is pushing ahead with reforms regardless of criticism. So this was the first post I saw, and I admit I actually thought this was real, because this sounds like something that the Taliban would do. And this does not sound like the language is not trollish enough. It sounds poorly translated, but it doesn't sound trollish enough to be fake. Let's see here. I mean, like, once again, looks like it could be an actual government propaganda photo. Let's see here. They have just reports on random stuff. That looks like a propaganda photo. When the gangsters fled, they were too busy smashing planes to notice their dogs were locked up in cages. We took care of them and served them masculine Afghan dog food. Through a deal brokered by Switzerland, the canines were ultimately evacuated and reunited with their handlers. See, that sounds absurd, but it's just believable enough that it could be true. Because I could see the U.S. leaving the dogs behind and then coming up with some sort of agreement to get them back later. So it's good with regards to that. Let's see here. To Hillary Clinton, you spent $600 million to our country trying to teach women and girls that there are 140 genders. No wonder you lost to the orange gangster. You left behind a huge mess in Afghanistan, just like your husband did with that dress. It's such a burn. Like, where is the lie? Where is the lie? Let's let's see here. We're still fighting huge amounts of cash, weapons, and other valuable assets left behind. Let's see here. All agencies in the Emirates are currently dedicated to recovering. The public relations department requests that the Korean K-pop band should apologize for wearing such revealing clothing in public. It is highly inappropriate and overly sexualizes women. Based. Hello, base department. The Emirate welcomes Xi Jinping's historic visit to Moscow to sign extensive new bilateral trade deals and cooperation agreements. Both are firm allies in opposing the imperialist gangsters. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., the White House is too busy with other matters. Like, once again, this sounds like something that could be posted, as it is kind of a big W for, at least from an optics. Like, optically, which of these looks better? Does that look like the serious adult world leaders, or does that look like the serious adult world leaders? Let's just think about this for a minute. Let's see here. We are not afraid of bacon. Let's see here. Come and explore a magnificent nation. We are the most welcoming folks from the planet. With 0% fat and 21 milligrams of protein per serving, Afghan ice cream is renowned for its authenticity and masculinity. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's like goat milk ice cream. I wonder if you can make ice cream out of goat milk. Or if there's not enough fat in goat milk. That would be kind of interesting. My only concern is it might be really salty. Okay, here's another one that kind of, like, I saw this pop up and I thought this was real. Construction at the Bamiyan-Kabul highway has begun after months of delay due to disagreement with the landowners. When complete, it will have 4 lanes with service stops every 30 miles, as well as fast chargers for electric vehicles placed at the service stations. See, third world countries announce, like, crazy projects like this all the time to try to make themselves seem developed. North Korea is, like, infamous for this. So I could see the Taliban announcing this to try to, like, act as if they're developing the country. We're pleased that the foreign ministry boycotted this globalist. Thankfully, music is haram at our glorious Emirate. We believe this short yet grating performance is also almost as bad as 2 years of occupation. We are pleased the foreign ministry boycotted this globalist gangster jamboree. Like, once again, where is the lie? Where is, like, this? It is a W. It's a huge W for the Taliban. They constantly rub in how much shit they stole from, or they obtained from the U.S. that they left behind. Anti-imperialism. We have some more Lord Miles posting. Memorial to drone victims. Once again, this kind of looks like something that the Afghan government could post on their website to make their country look nice. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the pictures they post of Afghanistan actually make a lot of the country look very beautiful. Yeah, like we have that. Once again, that's something from the official Afghan government website. I think that's Mike Jivan's, isn't it? I think. Okay, alcohol's for homosexuals, we prefer water. I could see them saying that. That might even be an actual quote. And they actually have the audacity to call us a theocracy. Like, just destroyed. Where's the lie? Is there anything left in American society that is straight? Their society is confusing. Let's see here. What else do we have? Like, I'm not gonna lie, it actually, a lot of these pictures do make it look beautiful. Like, that kind of looks like a place you might actually want to visit, to be honest. We have some more propaganda, some more stuff they took from the official government website. That's a cool picture. Fox News has turned, the Muslims are the only remaining defenders of Christianity and Judaism. The rest of you are controlled by international gangsters. So, like, I think that this is actually really good propaganda. Trying to appeal to conservative Christians, I think is if not a winning strategy, then at least it's, like, it's good optics. So this was some like new atheist who's like, you guys believe Jesus was born of, or I don't know. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is mentioned in the Quran more times than the entire New Testament, and more biological information is conveyed. Allah mentions Mary around 70 times. We have all this like nice stuff about Mary. They post a lot about Islam's version of vision of Jesus. Let's see here. Required to honor the followers of Prophet Moses and Prophet Jesus, the son of Virgin Mary. At the moment, we are more Christian and Jewish than they are. Well, it kind of probably is true to a certain extent. I'm Russia. I'm Russian. You guys still mad at us or no? No, brother, we are no longer mad because the war is long over. But we will continue to exhibit your captured pants at Kabul's Victory Museum. Yeah, they mentioned pants a lot. Um, People often ask whether we are worried about the CIA. In reality, we're kind of worried about them. Is everything okay over in Lake? Like, it is. Just so much of this is burns. Like legit burns. Let's see here. We will inform the appropriate authorities to conduct an investigation in this kite shop. It could be a simple error with the colors, or it might be a converted CIA communication signal sent by an American spy to his handler. Let's see here. Afghanistan. Our magnificent nation is the only country in the world that has toxic masculinity written into its constitution. Like, it's just fucking amazing. Like, once again, I could see this actually being something that the government would post. I mean, I think that's a poppy field. Like, that looks beautiful. Like, that actually looks, once again, like a place you might actually want to visit. Um, it's just more embarrassing pictures of the U.S. government. Our passports are indeed very masculine. We think the diplomat one is the most stiff and sturdy. Um, Once released, we intend to welcome the Tate brothers to Afghanistan and make them honorary Afghan citizens. Our masculine passport will provide them with the best possible protection. I mean, Andrew Tate is a Muslim, and it would make the West look really bad if he did go to Afghanistan. Okay, we have the USS Liberty based. We're posting about the USS Liberty. Um, Tourists are welcome to our glorious nation. Let's see here. Once again, I mean, that's from Al Jazeera, but that looks like something the Afghan government would put out. Let's see. We're just going to end it off by looking at this promotional video. I mean, once again, it does look. You got the crystal blue water. You got the city built in the buildings on the side of the cliff. It does look like legit really nice. A lot of these areas. But yeah, that is the... We are shocked to read about the scale of homelessness and despair in many U.S. cities. How is this possible in a rich country? It seems the answer is due to corruption and misguided priorities. San Francisco officials decide to waste $1.6 million on a toilet for homosexuals. I mean, where's the lie? Where is the lie, like, in any of this? Once again, pictures making Afghanistan actually not look like a hellhole. Is that from Medieval Total War? I feel like that opening cinematic was from, like, I don't know, or maybe like Rome 2 Total War or something. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. I definitely check the page out. It's the best Twitter page since Andrew Tate's. And now that Andrew Tate's out of jail, his is probably not going to be as funny as it used to be, but hopefully he'll get rearrested and we'll have lots more incredible content to come. God bless everybody, and I'll talk to you again real soon.